Hey there, I am excited to say welcome to our next online accountability group and congratulations on taking this step towards taking care of you. Sometimes it's one of the hardest things to do to take that first step, and you have done it. So I want you to make that the foundation for continual success, and I 100% believe in you and your ability to make this a successful transition and a successful step towards living a healthier and therefore a happier life long term. So again, I think you know from my message that my goal is to help you to establish lifestyle patterns, not to do a quick fix diet, not to do some fad or crash diet that you're going to have the success for a few weeks and then completely revert back to normal, gain your weight back, lose the progress in your health. That's not what we're going for here. We are going for learning habits and establishing routines that you can carry then throughout your life. So I want to set you guys up with your 5 first steps to be successful in this group. Now, as your coach, it is my job to support you, encourage you, and provide you with resources. It is your job to apply those and to do your very best to show up even when there are hard days. Show up and share your victory. Show up and share your struggles. That's what builds this community, and that's what helps us to grow even on the hard days as well as the really great days. We're going to have both of them. I have both of those. Everyone does, and so I want to normalize that first and foremost and welcome this space for you to have any type of day and to still show up and make progress through that. So the number one thing that I want you guys to do first and foremost is set your goals. And I'm not just talking I want to lose 10 pounds. That's a goal, but that is a byproduct of how you make a mental and emotional shift in your life. So I want you to dig deep. I want you to think about how you want to feel in 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 2 months, 3 months. How do you want to feel, and how does that affect the other areas of your life? How does that affect your marriage or your job or your self-confidence and moving towards other areas of your life? I want you to dig deep into that goal. And when we're changing our mindset, when we're changing our habits, when we're changing our emotional relationship, that is when the physical change happens as well. So those goals are important, but we have to look at it holistically. Number 2 is I want you to communicate with friends and family who are going to be part of this journey with you. Maybe it's a spouse, maybe it's a child, maybe it's a roommate, maybe it's a trusted friend at work. I want you to communicate with them, and I want you to communicate the importance of your goal. Again, don't just tell them, I'm going to do something so I can lose 10 pounds. Tell them why this matters for you. Tell them how this is going to change your life, and maybe even their life too. Communicate with a couple trusted people so that they can be on your side and they can be a part of this journey with you. Number 3 is I want you to take your measurements and pictures. So for measurements, we do a chest measurement, we do a waist measurement, we do a hip at your fullest hip, we do a thigh measurement, okay? And so this is what I want you guys to do. And if you need to make some notes on your measurements and let yourself know where you put the tape measure. For example, when I do my thigh measurement, I write the number. So I put the tape measure at my hip and my knee, and then I take a measurement midway between my hip and my knee, and I write down, say it's at 5 inches from my hip. That's where I'm going to do it. That way I can have consistency. Oh, and I also want you guys to do your arms here. So that is how we're going to take those measurements in pictures. Number 4, I want you to get acquainted with your resources. So if you are using Beachbody On Demand, the All Access, you are going to have all your resources online. So when you log on to Beachbody On Demand, you go to whatever program we've decided you're going to be working with right now, and it has a section for workouts, but it also has a section for program resources, and that is where you're going to go in and look at your nutrition guide, look at the calendar, look at any tips and testimonials that there are, so you are familiar with what to expect for yourself. If you got the DVDs, those are going to come in with the DVDs, so you're going to have a paper copy of those. Up to you. Now, number 5 is I want you to be creating spaces for success. I want you to stop and think about where you are going to find yourself tempted, where you normally find yourself falling or having, maybe it's emotional eating, maybe it is having just that snack at work. I want you to think about those areas. Does it come from what you keep in your pantry? If so, then you might need to make some revisions in your pantry. Does it come at work? Then you need to think about, how am I going to have snacks available at work that are healthy and filling for me? Maybe it's something in the car. Maybe you're tempted to go through the drive-thru often. What can you keep in your glove box so that you have something to keep you from those normal temptations? Again, it's not that we're going to deprive ourselves, but we want to set ourselves up for success so that we are mentally invested. We are in the game. We are in it to win it, and we are thinking proactively about these areas that can come get in our way. Maybe it is an event coming up. Maybe it's a stressful event where you know that you might turn to emotional eating. I want you to be proactive about these weeks ahead. Think about what's coming. Anticipate as much as you can. Obviously, we cannot anticipate everything that's going to happen in our lives, but there are things that we can stop and we can be mindful of and we can be intentional with, and that is what I want you to stop and think about. These are things that I'm going to be checking in with you guys about. In our pre-challenge phase, we're going to go through a few of these steps together, but I want you to stop and think about how just 3 weeks, just 3 months, just whatever we're committing to right now, how that can change the rest of your life by establishing these routines, making a healthier way, and being that leader for your family and friends. So I'm proud of you. I'm looking forward to working together more, and let's get some good things done.